What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're a Cowboys or Buccaneers fan, you're in for an exciting ride today. We've got a big one to break down. Cowboys versus Buccaneers, one of the most anticipated matchups of the season, and we're diving deep into everything you need to know to get ready for this showdown. But that's not all. Stay tuned because we've got some big injury news coming out of both teams, including key updates on Jourdan Lewis and Cooper Beebe that could play a huge role in how this game unfolds. So let's get right into it. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we've got some game-changing content coming your way. First, let's take a quick look at the two teams we're focusing on today, the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. These two teams are no strangers to each other, and they've had their fair share of high-stakes games in the past. But this season, things are different, and you won't want to miss how they stack up. The Cowboys have been looking like one of the most balanced teams in the league, with an offense that can strike quickly and a defense that has been dominant for much of the season. The Bucs, on the other hand, are a bit more of a wild card. They've had some inconsistency, especially after Tom Brady's departure. But don't be fooled. This team still has a lot of talent on both sides of the ball and could make a serious playoff push if they get things clicking. So let's break it down, starting with the Dallas Cowboys. Looking at the Cowboys' offense, it's easy to see why they're a contender this season. Mike McCarthy has really done a great job adjusting his system to fit the strengths of his team. Dak Prescott is playing some of the best football of his career right now, showing maturity and poise in the pocket. He's been precise with his throws and has been spreading the ball around effectively to a talented group of receivers led by the dynamic CeeDee Lamb. But it's not just the pass game that makes this offense so dangerous. Tony Pollard has been playing at an elite level, providing balance in the backfield. The Cowboys have been able to keep defenses on their toes by mixing up the run and pass, and with a solid offensive line that's been healthy for the most part, they have been able to control the tempo of games. But even with all this firepower, the Cowboys have had some struggles, particularly when it comes to the injury bug, which we'll dive into a little later. In the passing game, Dak's chemistry with Lamb has been one of the bright spots. Whether it's a quick slant, a deep shot down the field, or a red zone connection, Lamb has proven to be one of the top receivers in the league this year. But with the Bucs defense playing physical, fast football, this is no gimme for Dallas. Now, the defense. Wow. The Cowboys' defense is playing at an absolutely elite level. The unit has been suffocating opposing offenses, and a huge part of that is Micah Parsons, who has been on an absolute tear this season. Parsons is one of the most feared players in the league right now, and opposing quarterbacks are constantly aware of where he is on the field. His ability to rush the passer and disrupt plays is a game changer, and he has the potential to completely take over a game. Behind him, the Cowboys have one of the deepest secondaries in the league, with Trayvon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore locking down receivers. If you're a quarterback facing the Cowboys' defense, it feels like you have no room to breathe. They have been the key to the Cowboys' success, especially when it comes to forcing turnovers. They have been able to capitalize on mistakes and turn them into points. But even with all this talent, there is a bit of concern when it comes to the health of their secondary, particularly with Jourdan Lewis nursing an injury that may keep him out of this game. Losing Lewis could have a significant impact, and that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. It's one thing to have a great secondary, but you want all of your stars on the field, especially when you're going up against a talented offense like Tampa Bay's. Speaking of the Bucs, let's take a look at their offense. As you probably know, Tom Brady is no longer with the team, and while that's a big loss, the Bucs haven't rolled over. Baker Mayfield stepped in as the starting quarterback, and while he's not the Hall of Famer Brady was, he has been solid for Tampa Bay. He's played with confidence and, despite some inconsistency, has been able to make big throws when needed. The Bucs' passing attack still revolves around two of the most dangerous weapons in the league, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. These two are a nightmare for any secondary. Evans is known for his ability to make incredible contested catches, and Godwin is quick, agile, and a great route runner. If Mayfield can get them the ball, they can easily turn a short pass into a huge gain. But that's where the Cowboys' defense comes into play. The Bucs have struggled with pass protection this year, and against a defense like the Cowboys, that's a serious problem. The Cowboys are one of the best at getting pressure on the quarterback, and if Mayfield doesn't have time to throw, the Bucs' offense could be in trouble. However, Tampa Bay does have one advantage that could help keep things close: their run game. Despite some ups and downs, the Bucs have had success running the ball thanks to running backs like Rachaad White and veteran Leonard Fournette. If they can establish a strong running game, it'll make life a lot easier for Mayfield in the passing game. A balanced attack will help prevent the Cowboys from pinning their ears back and going after Mayfield on every play. The Bucs' offensive line will need to step up and protect Mayfield, especially with the pass rush that Dallas brings. And that's where the injury to Beebe comes into play. Beebe has been struggling with an injury, and if he's unable to go, the Bucs could be in trouble. Beebe has been a key piece of the offensive line, and losing him could result in significant pressure coming from Parsons and company. If Beebe can play, the Bucs have a better shot at controlling the line of scrimmage, which is crucial in a game like this. Now, let's talk injuries. As I mentioned earlier, Jourdan Lewis is dealing with an injury for the Cowboys, and his availability for this game is in question. If he's out, the Cowboys will likely rely on veteran Stephon Gilmore or Trayvon Diggs to step up in the slot. But it's hard to replace a guy like Lewis, who has been a consistent playmaker in the secondary. His absence could create some openings for the Bucs pass catchers. But luckily for the Cowboys, they have depth and talent in the secondary to compensate. That said, it's still a blow to the defense, and I'll be watching closely to see if Lewis suits up or not. On the other hand, the Bucs are dealing with the potential absence of Beebe, which could significantly affect their offensive line's ability to protect Mayfield. If Beebe is sidelined, Tampa Bay will have to adjust, and Mayfield could be in for a tough day against the relentless Cowboys defense. So, how is this game going to play out? Well, it's tough to make a clear-cut prediction. Both teams have strengths that they can exploit, but I believe the Cowboys' overall talent and depth will give them the edge. Dak Prescott has been playing at a high level, and with CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard, the Cowboys have the offensive firepower to match any team in the league. The defense, led by Micah Parsons, is elite and can put constant pressure on Mayfield. The Bucs will need to find a way to protect their quarterback, and if they can't do that, it's going to be a long day for them. If Beebe can't go, that just makes the Cowboys' job easier. Ultimately, I think the Cowboys take this one, 30-20, but don't count out the Bucs. If they can establish the run and get their star receivers going, they could keep this close. But in the end, the Cowboys' defense will be too much. All right, folks, that's going to do it for today's game preview. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree with my prediction? Do you think the Bucs have a shot at upsetting the Cowboys? And what's your take on Jourdan Lewis and Beebe's injuries? How do you think they'll impact the game? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. I'll be back soon with more in-depth analysis as we approach game day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.